The message is this: members of the national media, be a media of the people.
It is time to challenge the secular monopoly. Stop apologizing for believing in absolutes. Rise to the occasion and defend what you know to be the truth. That's what No Apologies is all about. You said something, I think that you said a lot of good things, but one of the most important things you said, outside of getting people to give money for important cause, and we laugh about it, but it is important because we need to fund these kinds of cases. You said, and I want, if you don't mind, look to the camera, what is it that people could do right now outside of supporting this important case with Stephen Boisson, right, and your legal representation of him? What can they do about Section 13 of the Human Rights Code? What do you think is the most practical thing they can do, especially in light of the fact that we have a stronger conservative minority government?
Well, my view is that both conservatives and liberals have made it very clear that they think that there is no longer a need for Section 13 in the Canadian Human Rights Code. And it's my view that Canadians have an opportunity now to tell their representatives that it is important that they act now, that they act in this Parliament, to have Section 13 of the Canadian Human Rights Code repealed. And it's very simple to share those views with their parliamentarians because it's a letter, it's a card. It doesn't have to have postage. In fact, you shouldn't put postage on. All communication to your member of Parliament is always free. You just write down one simple message. Section 13 of the Canadian Human Rights Code restricts liberty and should be repealed. That kind of message in your own handwriting, right now. So as Parliament gets back together, we have a message coming through loud and clear to each and every member of Parliament: repeal Section 13 of the Canadian Human Rights Code.
Excellent. I think it's just if we can, we're being called here very quickly, succinctly, people are going to ask, and they always do, what is Section 13? What is this about? What does that section say that's so dangerous to our individual charter rights, our freedoms?
Well, Section 13 of the Canadian Human Rights Code says that if you cause someone to hate a group or cause someone to have contempt for a group within society, then you have committed a violation of the law. And that kind of concept of causing someone to hate or have contempt is so subjective. In fact, it's so subjective to the point of being meaningless. And a meaningless law is always misused by those who have a cause to try to shut down debate, to try to basically persecute their neighbor for their own personal cause, their own personal beliefs. And in a free society, no matter how extreme a particular position might be, that position deserves to be heard. It may be rejected, and many positions that are extreme should be, but in a free society we do not shut down views just because they might be hateful or they might be extreme in some way, shape, or form.
Excellent. Thank you, Jerry.
Okay.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you for all the work
My
you
pleasure.
do. Good. Great. So there you have it. The injunction, the encouragement. What you need to do right now is you need to take pen and paper in hand on your own stationery, whatever it is, and write a simple message to your member of Parliament. Please repeal Section 13 of the Canadian Human Rights Code, simply because it restricts genuine liberty and it shuts down legitimate political dissent. Write it today, mail it out to your member of Parliament, and not only that, get your friends, get your neighbors, get members in your congregation, anybody that you know that is concerned about genuine freedom in Canada and the state of religious freedom to write their member of Parliament today. This is probably the best time to do it in light of what's taking place just recently with the election. We have a stronger minority government. There are several Liberal MPs that are deeply concerned about it. In fact, remember, it was a Liberal MP that brought the motion forward to repeal Section 13. This is the time to do it, so I encourage you to do that today.
The message is this: members of the national media, be a media of the people.
It is time to challenge the secular monopoly. Stop apologizing for